Hey everyone, welcome to the second episode of Amusement History, the series where we discover the history of roller coasters from around the world. The Vekoma SLC, one of Vekoma's most successful models ever created. Even if they are rough around the edges, the SLC was a great innovation of its time, being able to allow parks with smaller budgets to deliver a high-thrill attraction to their guests. But where did these inverted coasters come from, and where did they start out? Well, in today's video, we will be looking at the history of one Vekoma SLC in particular, T3 at Kentucky Kingdom. In 1992, Batman the Ride opened at Six Flags Great America to amazing success. B&M introduced a completely new model to the coaster industry, the invert. Almost instantly, the coaster would be cloned and the model was beginning to take off, with the opening of another Batman the Ride at Six Flags Great Adventure in 1993. So where does Vekoma have a part in this? Well, during this time, Vekoma was looking for a way to innovate and get on with the invert trend. Additionally, they wanted to address the concern that many smaller parks couldn't afford a B&M. So, Vekoma created their own invert that would appeal to a wider range of parks. In 1994, Walibi Flavo, a brand new park in Holland, was looking for a way to capture media attention and become a successful park. It was here at Walibi Flavo where Vekoma would test out their very first SLC prototype, El Condor. Something you should know about the prototype models was that they had a slightly different layout from the average 689 meter long versions we see much of today. El Condor is 662 feet long and is a couple feet shorter than the average versions. Moving on, El Condor would become the huge success Walibi had planned for and had started Vekoma's path to success for their SLC model. With the raging success of El Condor, the following year in 1995 spawned the addition of Fly the Great Nor'easter at Maurice Piers, Flight Deck at then known Paramount's Canada's Wonderland, Mindy Racer at Six Flags America, and many more. Among the new SLC coasters of 1995 was T2 at Kentucky Kingdom.
Put your feet up. Lay your head down. Close your eyes and pray. Introducing T2, terror to the second power. Only at the Kingdom, Kentucky Kingdom, the thrill park.
In the 1990s, with the success of Vampire and the growing attendance at Kentucky Kingdom, the park decided they needed a new big-ticket attraction that would be cost-effective and become popular among guests and the media. So, on April 8, 1995, Kentucky Kingdom opened T2, the only other Vekoma prototype model. Originally, both El Condor and T2 were designed to operate with 10 cars per train. However, due to mechanical issues and other problems, the trains on Condor were shortened to 8 cars per train, while T2s were shortened to 7 cars per train. Other than this shortcoming, T2 would be a success for the park and would further aid in Kentucky Kingdom's growth of the park. In 1998, Kentucky Kingdom was sold to Premier Parks, which in turn acquired the Six Flags brand from Time Warner, allowing many Premier Parks to be rebranded and have used to Six Flags licensing deals. During the rebranding of the park to Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom, the park began placing DC Comics and Looney Tunes theming around the park. T2 and neighboring coaster Chang were originally supposed to get rethemed to DC Comics characters, with Chang set to become the Riddler's Revenge and T2 to be renamed to Batman the Ride. Ultimately, these plans fell through and neither ride was rethemed, although T2 was repainted from the all-red color scheme to an all-black color scheme to match the Batman theme before the set plans failed. During T2's life under Six Flags, the coaster didn't face many issues, other than the fact that T2 was a very rough and uncomfortable ride, but that statement pretty much applied to most SLCs at the time, and even nowadays. In 2008, after the selling of Darien Lake, Elitch Gardens, Frontier City, Geauga Lake, and more along with the closures of Astroworld and Six Flags New Orleans, Six Flags was still dealing with financial issues after Premier Parks' mass spending in the early 2000s left the company in debt. Because of this, Six Flags would shut down Kentucky Kingdom's northwest side during that year, and the following year would be its last. as in February of 2010, Six Flags announced that they would shut down the park permanently. This left most of the rides standing but not operating, including T2. However, this wouldn't be the end of the park. In 2014, Ed Hart, the owner of Kentucky Kingdom prior to Six Flags, reacquired and reopened the park with many new rides and attractions, including a new major roller coaster with Lightning Run, and expanded the water park and much, much more. However, T2 and parts of the northwest section, including Twisted Twins, remained closed, but, well, we'll get to Twisted Twins another time. Back to T2, the ride would reopen the following year in 2015 as T3, Terror to the Third Power. The coaster was repainted back to its original all-red color scheme and received a new train by Kumba. These new trains would feature an over-the-shoulder vest lap bar that would eliminate any possible headbanging, which was a much-needed improvement. However, these trains had a downside, in which people's thighs would become constricted during the ride. Despite this, T3 was a successful renovation. As of 2021, T3 continues to operate at Kentucky Kingdom and will so for many years to come. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you want to see more amusement history videos here on Canada Coasters Incorporated. I'll see you guys next time.
What's that? The wait is over. Something's coming.